Hello, and welcome to another episode of A Few Minutes with Marvin, where I inspire those who aspire to make positive changes in their lives. And as you can tell, I'm pretty exhausted. But in this video, I want to cover the reasons why you should push yourself beyond your limits. And that could be any limits, and fear of judgment, fear of heights, fear of animals, anything that limits you and your capacity to get beyond it mentally. Because let's face it, it's all mental, and where it came from is really important. So the first thing is to acknowledge that you have those fears and then address them in whatever way you feel necessary. You see a counselor, you can call a life coach like I am, or you can just sit with yourself and really ask yourself the question, why am I afraid of this? What is it about this that's stopping me from progressing? Because these things are limiting you from your real potential and really stifle your growth. So the example I want to use for myself is I'm in beautiful Sedona, Arizona, as you can tell. It's absolutely gorgeous here. I went to Bell Rock yesterday, which is a pretty infamous place, and I had no idea what I was getting into there. I just was gonna go hiking. I just naturally assumed, because I didn't do any research, that it had a trail that goes all the way up to the top of Bell Rock. But it turns out that's not the case. But I met a wonderful young lady that was sitting, and she asked me if I was going up. I said yes. She asked me if she could join me because 4 years ago she had come with a friend, and they didn't get beyond the point where she was. And I'm thinking to myself, really, how hard could it be? So of course I said yes, let's do this. And then we get around the corner and we're climbing rocks and stuff, and it was breathtaking and scary at the same time. But we both looked at each other and go, we're going to do this. And for her, it was a challenge because she didn't complete it 4 years ago, um, for whatever reason. But she was here to do it, and I found myself coaching her through it. Come on, you got this, you got this. And then at some point, I stopped because she started coaching herself. She didn't need me to help her, and I was in flip flops. This is how unprepared I was for this. And not to brag, but she was impressed that I was doing it in flip flops. But literally, we were climbing like that. And at one point, we're looking. We found a little place to stop because you're literally just doing footholds and handholds, and crawling all the way up. And we looked back, and we didn't have to say it, but we both thought, how are we going to get down? And I just instinctively said, we won't worry about that till we decide to go back down. So we went up, and we got up as far as we can go. In fact, I think there was only two people that went a little further than us, and other than that, we were pretty much alone. And there were two young ladies, probably in their early 20s, late teens, and they had only gotten up about 50 feet further than we did, and they were impressed. They're like, how did you guys get up here? Because they had a struggle to get up there. And then, but we high-fived each other. We really congratulated ourselves, because that's part that matters in this video is take yourself to that precipice. Get beyond it. Whatever the fear is, just address it, tackle it. And then on the other side of it, pat yourself on the back. That's not what my intention is with this video, but I sure as hell am proud of myself for that yesterday, because we really pushed ourselves. We're both, we're not teenagers. We're middle aged, and 20-year-old girls were pretty impressive. And in fact, back in our 20s and 30s, we probably would not have done that. I don't think I would have. I might have, but it was daunting. But at no point was I afraid, or did I think I got to stop. We just went and didn't worry about the consequence. We were supposed to meet up again today, but she had to back out. But I'm here at Boynton Canyon, which is another what they call Sedona Vortex place, which is really the energy around here is beyond comprehension, and I'm loving every minute of it. So I came on here, and it's a 3.5 mile hike. We didn't hike that much yesterday, and this time I wore my boots. But by the time I'm getting up there, I'm exhausted, and then there's a point where you can't go any further, and there's a sign that says don't go up any further. So what do? I go up further, thinking I did Bell Rock yesterday. I can get through this. And as I'm climbing and climbing, it's not smooth rock like Bell Rock is. It's I'm creating not landslides, but I'm trying to create footholds for myself, and literally almost on my belly getting up there. And I got up all the way up, and I got under a cave, and I'm thinking, wow, I made it. But my ego and fear, it's like, how are you going to get back down? And it became real because getting up there was very dangerous, but getting down, there was really no edges. It was all rock that I'd be sliding down, very steep. So I try to put that aside and I meditated, but my meditation was a little uncomfortable. And I finally said, no, you know what? I've got to address this right now, tackle this. I'm not going to have the fear. And I got up, I started going down, and as I'm going down, I see a couple on another edge, and they're making it down too. Not that I needed that encouragement, but there were a couple times where I was sliding, and there's just literally you're going off the edge. But I didn't worry. I decided in the moment not to worry, to face it, and to get through it, and then be proud as hell of myself when I got down there, and then talking to these two young people, telling my story, and then a couple other people came, a couple other people finally came, but it's amazing what you can do when you let go. So you have to let go at some point, whether it's fear of failure, um, fear of snakes. Go grab a snake. You might say, "I'm not gonna do that." That's why you should, because it's absolutely freeing. And I'm not here to brag. I'm here to tell you that at 55, I just performed something that most 20-year-olds wouldn't do in their entire lives, you know, and I just let go. I didn't worry. Not that I was afraid of heights, but you get up that high and you look down, that fear becomes real, real fast. But in a moment where you can either decide to panic and freeze and the situation gets worse, or just suck it up, buttercup, and keep going. Decide to suck it up, you know. It's for your better good, you know, because what you can also do is you can intend not to let that thing harm you. For example, when I decided I'm going to get up and do this on the way down today, I said, I choose not to experience falling off this cliff. And you think that oh sure, it's that easy. Yeah, because I believed it. And again, like I say in all my videos, you have to believe it. Take the fear out of it, no matter how uncomfortable it is. And yeah, there's going to be moments where you're going to freeze. Sometimes you got to find the inner strength and believe that you can do it, and you can. So don't don't allow any fear to hold you back anymore. And fear of anything, you know, even if you're in an abusive relationship, you know, do what you have to do to get out of it without the fear of a backlash, because you've already been through the worst of it. Um, it it's real, but if you stay in it, it'll keep you in it. So decide to go forward and move on with your life, because you're the only one holding you back. And until you conquer that fear, you can't go anywhere. And you don't know what's on the other side of that fear that you're missing out on. So act like you're missing out on a lot and go see for yourself. Conquer that fear today, my friends. If you like the contents of this video, please give it a thumbs up, like it, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to hear from you. And if you still have issues getting to the point where you can try and conquer your fears, I am a transformational life coach. The link to my website is down below. Please enter your email to schedule a session with me, a free 30-minute decompression session, just to see, where that block is. Again, I'm not there to do it for you. I'm there to ask you the questions so that you can move past it on your own and coach you through it. And that's all anyone can do in this life, because you have to do things for yourself, as scary as it can be. But that's the thing that's going to free you. So be free, my friends, and have an amazing day.